Hello, today is May 21st, 2016. Let's go over Thursday night's calls. First call was that I said the commonest occurrence for Friday would be a gap out of Thursday's range, and that happened. I had a MEJT target of 2029.85. It was a standard target and also an ultimate target. Obviously, we came nowhere close to that. However, there is a standard trading rule that says if we gap sharply in the undesired direction, the call is killed before the open. So before we opened, this price was off the list. Speaking of the list, we had a target from Wednesday. I was hoping to see Thursday, which didn't print, but a day late, Friday, it did print, and that's 2056 even, and there was very strong resistance right at the desired price. These MEJT targets will print, they just don't always print exactly when you want them to. We have a new target of 2055.82. It's an ultimate target. Ultimately, it should print. We usually don't have to wait long, but there's no time limit. During the day, in the afternoon, MEJT said ultimately lower and higher prices would print. The majority of the time, but not all of the time, this leads to a wishy-washy afternoon where prices don't really move too much. MEJT said this drop was a false move. It gave us two price targets as shown by these thick lines. One was hit pretty much on the nose and there was resistance over it. And we're left with this 2055.82 target. We have a lot of resistance at this high, and I think what happens next week is going to depend if we break through this resistance early or not. Here's a obvious inverted diamond on stilts. Here's your stilt. Stilt, stilt, half a diamond's enough. You set this at 50% and there's your target right over there. So we stopped right at the target. You can also take a Fibonacci grid, go back to the April 20th high, and if I can get this to stick, you'll see that this Fibonacci target was also hit at the nose, on the nose. So we do have strong resistance right at the high of the day. We also have a gap up, a series of new highs, and can't hold on to any of them. It's particularly negative that we couldn't hold on even to this low. All this negativity would be erased if we promptly took out this high Monday, ideally, but not necessarily by gapping over it. If we can't take this high out early Monday, it argues for lower prices and perhaps much lower prices. The ideal situation, which isn't required at all, would be if we moved up, hit the 2055.82 target, reversed, preferably prior to hitting Friday's high, and then started dropping. If that were to happen, the party would be over, and I would think this number would be seen perhaps before too long. However, there's nothing requiring that to happen that I have. And if, on the other hand, we take out this high early, we've overcome strong resistance, and we could go higher. But at some point, MEJT says we are going to reverse. We are going to hit this 2029.85 target. Let's not forget that even on this strong rally Friday, breadth continues to deteriorate. And even though Thursday's break was invalidated by having a gap over the high, I still think the break of Wednesday's low was very significant, and it's just a matter of time until we drop lower. The only question is when that drop will start, and I think we'll know early Monday, and we'll make the decision on whether or not we're going to drop lower immediately based on whether or not that high falls promptly. And that's today's call.